Honorable Speaker. I just want to...
Take 2 minutes.
Yes, I'll take 2 minutes. I just want to follow up on the issue that has been said by the majority leader and the minority leader in regards to the media. We can see that there is indiscipline in the fourth estate, and we have allowed that indiscipline because there are no consequences for misreporting and misinformation at all. We must begin to put pressure on them. One, if those who are within the Bunge grounds, who are accredited to report here in Bunge, misreport, then the accreditation must be taken. And not just the individual accreditation, that of their media house. It's as simple as that. Because they owe us a duty to report accurately, and that's why we allow them access to be here, but they cannot be here and continue to misreport. Also, we must ensure that there is legal consequences. Every time they misreport, if they misreport the Auditor General should sue them. If they misreport Parliament, we should be able to sue those media houses until they begin to know that we are not going to allow it. Or else, if we continue this way, the media houses will be in charge of destroying institutions, destroying individuals, and writing whatever we want. We cannot allow that. We must also make sure that we keep saying, no matter how many times, sending our complaints to the Media Council. And if the Media Council doesn't take action, then we can take them to account. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Yes, Makale Mulu, 2 minutes.
Yeah, thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I just want to be very brief, and I want to talk about the issue of the media and the House. While I hear my colleagues saying it should be the work of this House trying to tell the media not to report, I see it different, Honorable Speaker. Because we are the initiators of the bills, most of the bills come from the government side, others come from the members. Why don't we have a communication strategy whereby either the owner of the bill or the Parliament do in a very simplified manner communicate the objects of the bill? Because commenting on this issue of the audit bill, Honorable Speaker, procedurally, and you know it, Speaker, budget issues relating to the Auditor General come to the Budget Committee. And this is basically because the Auditor General should be an annex of this House. The work of the Auditor General is to help this House do proper oversight because they give us information. So that being the case, Honorable Speaker, I don't know at what point we decided that this bill should be looked at by the Finance Committee, which normally looks at issues of Treasury. Because from where I say, I might be misinformed, I'm not a lawyer, but I thought procedurally, we have, as a House, we have actually guarded. We have more, as a House, we have made sure that we don't expose the Auditor General to the interaction with the Treasury. And I think that is good for democracy and for purposes of our oversight role as a House, Honorable Speaker. So even as we discuss this audit bill, for me, I think that the gap has always been because we might have not, as a House, communicated effectively what are the objectives of this bill. And I think the majority leader should have taken a bit of time to do that so that we don't allow Kenyans out there to comment on a bill which they don't understand. I submit, Honorable Speaker. Thank you.
But Makale Mulu, and the objects of the bill in the bill itself. Yes, Kimani?
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, misinformation starts with errors. Disinformation starts with agenda. When I looked at what the media reported on this particular bill, I could tell for a fact that was the agenda that they were trying to pursue. This bill, Honorable Speaker, in any case, it is giving more power and more authority to the Office of the Auditor General. The function of, for example, auditing human resource was not expressly provided for in the law. And therefore, these particular proposals are actually giving more power and more influence to the Office of the Auditor General. On the issue of this disinformation, Honorable Speaker, last week we held a meeting with the Controller of Budget on the issue of those manual and automatic payments. I was surprised on the headline to see on the Sunday Nation the following day. I wondered, was this the same meeting I was chairing? Because the issue of that particular discussion, how it was translated, it is like National Treasury went to Central Bank and withdrew 1.3 trillion shillings in cash. And that is what disinformation was meant to inform Kenyans. And what that would actually meant, National Treasury, for a very long time, National Treasury will process payments manually. There would be a lot of paperwork that the PS has to sign, taken to the control of budget manually for approvals. What now National Treasury has done is to come from manual to automatic approval of transactions. However, because debt payments are extremely many and they're payments that are made every time, some of these processes have not fully migrated into automation, Lord Speaker. So what we should be doing is congratulating the Principal Secretary and the CS National Treasury for coming out from the manual systems to the automatic systems and encourage them that all those payments should all be onboarded onto automatic system, Honorable Speaker. But the disinformation is an agenda and you must call them out because...
Honorable members, I think we'll end up there. It is important to point out to our compatriots in the media that we expect and require you to report factually, accurately, because these are not abstract issues. Bills are published, they're in print, they are posted on the parliamentary web, and you can also get hard copies from the government printer and from the House of Parliament itself. And we have said, following the president's set in the impeachment proceedings, that we will also be posting bills to offices of members of parliament at the constituency and the county level for women reps, for members of the public to access these bills, those who want to read, understand, and they are free to critique without sensation, without disinforming. And for avoidance of doubt, honorable members, the Auditor General of the Republic of Kenya is appointed under Article 229 and can only be removed from office under Article 251 and not in any other manner. The Speaker of this House will not approve any bill that is brought to this House to purport to remove the Auditor General, because the process of removing the Attorney General from office is provided for in the Constitution. And we encourage the media, where they are not able to comprehend any matter before the House, to feel free to reach out to the office of the leadership of the House, the majority leader, the minority leader, the Speaker's office, the clerk's office, and any other office that they can access for clarity on matters that concern the public. I think we can leave it there. Honorable members, I've got two short communications. In the public gallery of the House, we have Namanga Secondary School from Mathioya in Muranga. On my behalf and on your behalf, we welcome the students and their teachers to the House of Parliament. Secondly, honorable members, there's a corrigendum on the stay of consideration of the Kenya Sign Language Bill, National Assembly Bill number 1 of 2024. Yesterday, honorable members, you recall that during the afternoon sitting, I guided the House on the stay of consideration of the Kenya Sign Language Bill, National Assembly Bill number 1 of 2024. The bill is sponsored by the Honorable Umulkhair Harun Mohammed, MP nominated. Honorable members, in the communication I indicated that the bill has similar proposals as those contained in the Kenya Sign Language Bill, Senate Bill number 9 of 2023, co-sponsored by Senator Crystal Asiga MP, and the Minority Whip, the Honorable Millie Odhiambo Mabona, CBS MP, which is also before the House. In this regard, honorable members, I wish to clarify that the Kenya Sign Language Bill, Senate Bill number 9 of 2023, is co-sponsored by Senator Crystal Asiga MP and is to be co-sponsored by the nominated member, the Honorable Umulkhair Harun MP, in the National Assembly, given that the bills were identical and Honorable Umulkhair had sponsored the bill in this House. We are accordingly guided. Thank you. Next order.
Order number 10, Committee of the Whole House.
Members, will you be upstanding? Oh, hold on.